What is the best investment that you guys can make? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Some may say it's stocks, some may say it's real estate, and some may say it's just precious metals. And today I'm going to go over all the pros and cons on all three of these topics right here, just to find out which one is the best investment. And one thing I can guarantee you guys, that by the end of this video, you will know what's the best investment that you guys can make. I guarantee you, I don't care what Fox News says, I don't care what this guy says, I don't care what the news says, the best investment you guys can make, one thing for sure is by the end of this video, you guys will know. And let's start now. Thank you guys so much for watching another video from Urban Lifestyle. My name is Eli. This is a community over 8,000 strong. If you guys would like to help support that community, you guys can help out by leaving a subscribe, leaving a comment, leaving a thumbs up. Find me on my social media platform, Urban Lifestyle 1989. And don't forget to hit that notification icon so you guys get future notifications of my future videos. And if you guys do decide to join this community, I sincerely want to say thank you in advance. So, question of the day. What do you guys think, or what do you guys believe is the best investment? Comment down below, let me and the community know. So like I said, I'm gonna break down the pros and cons of all three topics right here. We're gonna go into stocks, real estate, and precious metals. Now these topics, of course, there's more investment that you guys can do, but these are stuff that I know personally, investment that I've made. I invested in stocks and I'm planning to invest in real estate, and I do own physical precious metals such as gold and silver. So let's get into it. The first thing we have up here is stocks. What are some of the pros that stocks do have? They have dividends. They pay a dividends. Most company pays dividends every 3 months, which means you get paid for holding their stocks. It's as simple as that. You do nothing. You just own their stock. You buy a share, a fraction of their company, and you get paid every 3 months. Some companies may pay every month, or some companies may pay every 6 months, but you get paid nonetheless. Second pro to actually investing in stocks is valued. If a stock appreciates in value, you get that return back. So if you have 5 shares in a specific company and it goes up by $5, you just made $5 for all 5 shares. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. $25. I actually knew it was 25. That was just me being funny. Yeah, let's go with that one. So another pro that you actually receive when you're buying stocks is you get to start right now. Meaning you can just have $200, you can have $1,000, you can just have $100, and you can start investing in stocks right now. Matter of fact, the app that I use is Robinhood. If you guys would like to have a free stock and you never used Robinhood before and you want to get into the stock market, I'll say download the app. And matter of fact, to get a free stock, click the link to download the Robinhood app, and I guarantee you would get a free stock. And at the same time, I get a free stock too. So it helps out everybody. Now, another pro to actually investing in stocks is it's liquid, meaning you can put that same $1,000 in the stock, and that same day you're like, you know what, nah, I need that $1,000 right back. So I'll take that and sell the stock and have it right back in cash that fast. So that's also a great pro to have when buying stocks. So the next one is inflation proof. We all know that inflation is kicking the dollar's assets. So typically when you buy a stock, it values over time with inflation, a bit more than inflation, but yes, it is inflation proof. Now that we got some of the pros out the way for investing in stocks, what are some of the cons? Let's find out. So the first con is no control. Yes, you can buy 100 shares of Apple, but you have no control over the Apple company. You can own a percentage of it, but you have no control. Depending on how much share you buy, you may have some voting rights, but still no control over Apple, which means they can run that company to the ground and you have no control over it. Next thing is value. The same way a stock could be valued up and you get that $25 per 5 stocks because it went up $5, the same way you can lose $5 if it goes down $5 off every share that you own. So yes, value can be a con as well. Now the next con is competition. Depending on which industry of stocks that you're purchasing on, know this, that there are competition. Imagine back in the day when you had Blackberries. Blackberries was the thing back then. I even wanted one, but I was just a kid, so I couldn't afford one. And my mom wasn't gonna spend that much money just to buy me a phone so I can be happy. So now imagine the people who actually bought Blackberries stocks back then. And then there's this unknown company who's getting into the phone space called Apple. And they're like, oh man, you know what? That's just competition. BlackBerry's gonna be the better phone. Nothing's ever gonna happen. 10 years later, BlackBerry's almost out of business and Apple is king. So yes, depending on the industry that you purchase your stocks in, you do have competition. Now let's go into real estate. What are some of the pros when it comes to investing in real estate? First thing is, you have a physical property. Something is physical. You can touch it. Like honestly, this place is not mine, of course, but I can physically touch it and feel it and grab it. When it comes to stocks, I can't do that. Now, the next thing is you can flip it. You can buy a house and flip it and make a good $100,000 profit off it. Same thing goes with pro number 3. You can rent it out. If you have a property and it's in your name and you're not living there, you can rent it out just to make sure you have that reoccurring income. Now you're in that passive income field. So you're always making money each and every month. Of course, yeah, but Eli, some of these tenants may not pay. Now that's up to you to make sure you find the best tenant to actually live in that space. Now the next pro is inflation as well. Back in the 1930s, a house that probably would have cost you $30,000 will cost you $200,000 now. If that's not keeping up with inflation, I have no idea what is. The next pro when it comes to investing in real estate is valued. Same thing I just said. You have a house, you probably paid $30,000 for it, and now over time it appreciates and you gain value from it. Now let's go into the cons when it comes to investing in real estate. Next thing is, it's a large capital. You need tons and tons and tons of cash to actually buy real estate property. Even if you just want to mortgage the property, you still need a good 20% down. First time home buyer will probably get you 10% down, but then you'd have to pay a lot more in the back end. And still, it's up to you, doesn't matter. Now the next con when it comes to real estate is maintenance. You have your own house, it's yours. You have no landlord that's gonna be like, don't worry, I'll take care of that for you. No, you are the landlord. You're the property's owner. So you have to make sure that that house is up and maintained. So next one is your money is tied up. You have this huge sum of money all into the house and you can't just pull it out. Of course, yeah, you can sell it, but at the same time to find a buyer, to actually find a buyer for that property is gonna take you some time. And the last con when it comes to real estate is the value, all right? The same way as values here, it can appreciate, the same way it can depreciate in time. And it typically depends on the location and the state of the economy. So now let's go into precious metal. Now, out of everybody who watches this channel, most of you guys know I focus on this. But I don't really focus on this, but the channel focus on this. So what are some of the pros when it comes to buying precious metals? First pro is you save money. You save tons and tons of money. Well, I save money. If you're buying physical gold, physical silver, that's money you save and you have something tangible in your hands and you're like, you know what? Hey, I need the money, but maybe I'll hold on to this. I'll see if I can find out another way. Now, if it comes to an emergency, of course you can sell, but typically for people who don't know how to save or not cool or not comfortable with saving fiat currency, they typically buy silver and just stash it away and never see it again and forget they have it and just have it there. So it's easy to save. And another pro when it comes to precious metal is it holds value and it has a long track history record of its value. Silver has been around and used up as money for thousands of years. It's even mentioned in the Bible. I mean, I don't hear them talk about, yes, thou shalt use the US dollar. No. Now, what about the cons when it comes to gold and silver or precious metals? No returns. You can have all the gold, all the silver, and all the precious metals in the world, and pretty much you get no return from it. All you do is have it, you can look pretty, you can bling bling all you want, but at the same time, you're not getting any dividends from it. It's not paying you. No one is paying you because you have it. So it brings no return. Now the next con is it's not popular. I mean, even some of you guys who may be watching this and just watching it because of the title. You're like, silver's an investment? Oh no, no. And to be honest with you, silver is not really an investment, but there are people who do sees it as an investment, and there's some people who sees it as a way to protect their wealth. They don't even see it as an investment. But at the same time, there's people that do see it as an investment, so we're gonna put it in the category itself. The next one is valued as well. Yes, I said it holds value, but just because you buy silver at $17 right now doesn't mean next year you'll be able to get $17 from it. Matter of fact, you may just be able to get $13 depending on where the price of silver is. So yes, you can also lose money, but the one thing that I mean by it holds value is it will always be worth something. Throughout the past 100 years, while the purchasing power of the dollar has been going less and less and less, silver's purchasing power, or the value of silver purchasing power, has been going up and up and up for the past 100 years. Now, we took care of all that. We talked about stocks, we talked about real estate, and we also talked about precious metals. Some of the investment that I dominate in. Well, I know about, not dominate. But now that we got all that out the way, what is the best investment? Well, let me give you guys a story that'll lead into that. There's a guy who's just 25 years old. He's living with his mom. He has no money. Matter of fact, at 25 years old, he's making $13,000 a year. Just $13,000 a year. His mom is upset with him. He's like, you need to find a better job. You should have went to school. But now he's like, you know what? Something got to change. Something got to change. And this guy, he made the decision to start reading books. He's reading books, and he's learning so much. He's going on YouTube to learn information. He has a mentor, his mentor, who has something that he wants in life, who's at a place in life that he wants to be, starts listening to the mentor, applies everything that the mentor says to his life. And 2 years later, he's making $100,000. Not that much, I understand. Not that much, but that's just within 2 years. 13,000, 2 to 3 years later, 100,000. What would happen in 10 years? What would happen in 20 years? Who knows? Now, if you're an avid viewer of this channel, you guys know I am talking about me. Eli, so what you're saying the best investment is? What did you do? You invested in stock 2 years ago? What did you do? You bought real estate 2 years ago? Did you start buying precious metals 2 years ago? So which one of these investment is the best investment that helped you in your life? And the best investment, what helped me really, the best investment that I've ever made, and I believe that if you make the same investment, you will benefit from it too, no matter what anybody says. The best investment, some of you guys may know, is the investment that you make in yourself. All right, so now let's talk about the pros and cons when it comes to investing within yourself. The first pro is you have unlimited potential. There's unlimited potential. There's no ceiling on what you can or cannot do. Understand that. The next pro is little to no cash. For me, when I invested in myself, when I bought the books on Amazon, and around that time, the books were just selling for just 1 penny. I bought books on Amazon, back in the day, of course, for about 1 penny. Of course, the shipping was like $3, but it was like $3 and 1 penny. I took the time. I even went on YouTube and listened to the audiobooks that they have on YouTube for me to actually get the knowledge. I was hungry for the knowledge. As a matter of fact, I'm still hungry for the knowledge. I'll talk to somebody and I'll grasp whatever I can get from them. I'll watch a YouTube video, and I don't just watch the YouTube video. I analyze the video. How does he start the video? How does he do something? What is he doing? And I want to grasp it and see what can I integrate in my videos. All right, so it's little to no capital that you have to invest in yourself. And if you do have to put something in, it'll be like, what? How much does a book cost for you to actually listen to? It's way less than a pair of Jordans, or way less than $100 pair of jeans, or socks, or shirt. I bought books and I read audiobooks for $14 on my iPhone, and I'm listening to them, and I take notes and I re-listen to them. I have tons of audiobooks on my phone that $20 the most that I paid for them, and that's what, once every month or so. And I have tons of books, and there's plenty of free resources online. You can go on to YouTube and just watch tons and tons of videos just to make sure you calibrate your mind right, to have your mindset focus. Little to no capital that you actually have to spend to invest in this. And that's the beauty of it. It has unlimited potential, and you don't have to put that much money into it. And one of the best pros about investing in yourself as well is unlimited profit. I need you guys to understand this one thing. I had nothing. All I have is a phone, a board, some paint that I painted the wall, a subscribe pillow, and I created something with all that, maybe some lights. But at the beginning, I had nothing. And then I started something, and I created a YouTube channel, and then people just came in and started watching the channel, and I get paid from that. That's just one aspect of the way I make some money. That's just one aspect. And I took that and I created something with it from nothing, and the potential is unlimited. All right, the profit can be unlimited. I'm in 100% control of that. Now, another pro is change lives. You have the potential to change lives. If I can just spark the interest in somebody's mind right now and be like, you know what? This guy is right. The best investment to make is in myself. That's one life I changed. And if that person right there, and this is why I do this for, if that one person comes in and say, hey, you know what? That's so true. Oh, I'm going to start investing in myself and get better at it and make something of it. And then he goes at it and inspires somebody else. And that person throughout the span of a lifetime inspires 100 people. It's all worth it. It's all worth it, because that's how you change lives. It's all worth it. Now, another one is you can pass it on. If that example wasn't good enough, you can pass it on to your offspring, your children, your sons, your daughters, your wives, your moms, anybody. You can pass it on. The way I think right now, my son is going to grow up watching me the way I think. And if I can produce a fruit from my tree that he likes, and he like, you know what, I like that fruit right there. Because the fruit I've seen in my mom and dad's tree was, hey, you work hard, you can sell some illegal substance and make extra money and get arrested, and at the same time get deported. I did not want that. And I've seen my mom work extremely hard just to raise 2 kids by herself. That's not the life I want. I didn't like that fruit. So I wanted to create my own fruit that my son can see, my daughter can see, and be like, you know what? I like this. And that's a good way of thinking. And then I pass it on. And he would also pass it on. And that's how you create a legacy. And the last one is quick. It happens quick. I'm telling you, within 2 years, 13,000 to 100,000, 2 years, that's real quick. Real quick. It happens quick if you apply it. It's not about what you learn, it's about what you apply. If you take what you learn and apply it. All right? And that's the pros. Now, what about the cons? Now, we can see that there is no cons here. There is no cons. So the video's over, right? All right, appreciate it. Wait. There is a con. There's a big con. All of this sounds great, but there is a huge con. And here's what the con is. You're not looking, right? Don't look. Don't look. That's the biggest con. And this con right here, this right here, can cause you to go a whole entire lifetime accomplishing nothing. Because it's you. You have that thought in your mind. Oh, that's good for somebody else, but not for me. Oh, who am I to think that I can do this? Who am I to think? Matter of fact, listen, who am I to think I can create a YouTube channel or create some sort of influence that thousands of people? Who am I? I'm just a young black kid. Who am I really to believe that I can do anything that I have been doing? Huh? Who am I? I'm just a guy who didn't learn how to read until he was in his early 20s. I'm just a guy who sold drugs at one point. I'm just a guy who did not have nothing going for him in his life. That's who I was. But that's not who I wanted to be. And despite everything that I had going against me, despite it all, I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna take nothing and turn it into something, and look at what I'm doing now. And it's not me bragging. I hate doing that because it's like I'm bragging on myself. And believe me or not, I am not trying to brag. It's just this right here is what's stopping you. And that's you. All right? Because unlimited potential sounds great. Little to no cash sounds great. You can get all the investment that you need for your brain. You can get all that stuff that you need, and practically free, all on YouTube. Do some digging. It's very easy to do. But the con is being you. Something that's very easy to do is even easier not to do. Think about it. We can work out. It's easy to do, right? Probably just run a mile. If you think about it, hindsight is very easy. But it's easier not to do. And that's why we disconnect. Because it's easy not to do. But guys, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching another video from Urban Lifestyle. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know some of your thoughts, and don't forget to have a beautiful day, but also don't forget to always work and grind.